guys? Welcome back. Week 2, Players Only podcast brought to you by Scarlet and Gray Sports Radio. We got some lovely guests here. Once again, I'm Kortokrax from Ohio State Softball.
I'm Reagan Milliken from Ohio State Softball.
And today we have 2 freshmen from our team. Go ahead and introduce yourselves.
I'm Skylar Limon.
I'm Hailey Massaro.
Very exciting. We're just going to pick their brains a little bit about what it's like being a freshman at such a big Division I college and where their heads have been at pretty much since joining here. So why don't you tell us a little bit about where you guys are from? Just give a little background.
Let me go first. Okay. So I'm from California. I'm from SoCal. Quite a bit ways away from home, really. But yeah, it was interesting. A bit of a cultural shock coming from California to Ohio, even though it's still like a pretty big, I'm surrounded by a lot of people, which I was in Cali, but it's a bit different personalities from Cali than Ohio.
I feel like you looked at me when you said the different personalities.
No. You're my favorite personality. What are you talking about?
She's forced to say that right now on camera. Okay, Hailey, your turn.
I'm from Worcester, Ohio. Me and Bird, the girl on our team, like to call it Amish country. So Ohio State was, even though I'm from here, Ohio State was still shocking because I graduated with like 80 people in my class. So
80 people? I graduated with like over 1,000 people.
Small, the big place.
Yeah, there was like over 2,500 people in my high school.
Wow. So we got
That
2 girls from Ohio and 2 girls from out of state. Very interesting. Hailey, I can relate to you a little bit being from Ohio. So what speaks to you about being able to play for your state kind of? You can kind of relate to that, but what's that mean to you?
Honestly, I think it's just even more special because I feel like from my high school, coming to Ohio State, I was the first Big Ten athlete from my high school to play a sport. So that's really cool, and I it's just special because I feel like I'm making my community back at my hometown proud, and it's just cool to see. So
100%. It's cool because we grew up and we heard about, obviously we knew Ohio State and we grew up around here, and I was a little girl in the stands watching, and all of a sudden that's me and little girls are in the stands watching. I'm that's just
the Candy Clan.
Yeah, so cool. So what would you say your biggest adjustment has been so far?
You want me to answer this one? I think it was more so being independent and kind of having to not fend for myself, it's not survival of the fittest, but just knowing when to do laundry and feeding myself and all these other things. It was just more about learning to be independent and trust that I can do things for myself, and learning what routines work for me. And yeah, I'd say that's pretty much the biggest thing.
You guys never did your own laundry or what? What the heck?
No, my mom's wonderful.
I'm just kidding. Same. My dad did my laundry, so
my mom was great.
7th or 8th grade.
not me. My mom still does my laundry when I go home.
So
nice.
Your mom's the same though. So,
But dorm laundry is just horrible in general.
Yeah. Trying to find time to go down there.
Yeah, and know you're gonna spend hours doing only a couple loads.
I miss the dorm, little freshman in the dorm. I
You
miss
can
parts
come
of the
visit.
dorm. I miss parts of the dorm. There's a lot of parts that were the community bathrooms.
Oh yeah.
Those are quite the experience, but I mean you meet a lot of different people that you won't meet outside of
Yeah.
Other athletes.
Exactly.
Cool.
The floor
Yeah.
above us is all engineers and stuff like that. And, I don't have any
Whoa.
classes with them per se. But maybe eventually I will. Not right now, but,
Ask them for math help.
I tried,
Yeah.
so. I tried. So,
Yeah.
what would you say was some adjustments?
I would kind of agree with Skylar. It's timing adjustments. In high school, I felt like I had all the time in the world to do whatever and anything, and here, growing up and adulting, and then balancing school and softball together, having practice from 12 to 5 takes up most of your day. So figuring out when to do school and stuff. So
Yeah.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So back to the dorm. Did Coach ever come by and like look at your guys'
Yes.
dorm? Like yes.
Especially for when we were recruiting and
Mm.
like hosting. And
And you had to hurry
yeah.
up and clean it in like 5
But she
seconds.
wouldn't. Yeah. And I remember one time she was like, "Hey, we're going to come by the dorm." And I was like, "Ugh." Okay. So I like cleaned everything. And she said that they were going to be there at like 5 or something. And I was on the way back at like 4:50 or something. And she was walking back with the recruits and was like, "Hey." And I was like, "Hey, like, do you guys go up to the dorm?" She goes, "Oh, we already went there." I was like, "How'd you get in?" I guess Lexi was already in the room. But I was like,
Hopefully
Okay.
Lexi cleaned it.
I know.
How did Coach like you at the dorm? Was it nice, little groovy
Well,
details?
She
there?
said Julia's and I was small, so.
Are they all the same
I was
size?
gonna say, they're all the same.
Well, like, cause me and Julia have a lot of stuff. So like,
But you guys
a
also
little
have like your
walkway, we have,
desks
like, these,
at the end of your
bathroom
beds.
stuff, and she's like, "I don't know how you guys do this." I'm like, "Yeah."
You manage.
Wait, what room? What floor are you on?
224.
Oh, 224. No.
Everyone comes
Skylar's
Yeah, I'm in your old room.
Skylar's in my old room, so she got lucky because
Wait,
Bird
the
and I
exact
took
same
great
number?
care.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think.
Bird and I took great care of that room. You know, always.
Did you guys
in
put
line.
Room was
the
kinda
mirrors
sick.
on the back?
What is that supposed to mean, Reagan?
Sick.
So you should have seen whenever she cleaned out from behind her fridge.
We got
Stop.
fined. Bird and I got fined
It's
because it was so
disgusting.
dirty. We cleaned everything out, and then the cleaning charges said this isn't clean, and you guys are getting fined because
You got fun.
yes, the refrigerator was the biggest one.
It was disgusting.
That was the biggest one.
She moved that thing out. You have no idea.
There was a
what
crab
you were
rangoon.
finding.
Speaking of Chinese food, we're all
Yeah.
hungry right now. We found a crab rangoon, I think, behind my bed, actually. So.
I found it.
Wow.
She used to have these pits where she would just throw things.
and
And there was one in the corner by the mirror, and then like in front of the
it's like
closet,
the little like
and then there was another one
Yes.
like behind the bed. And I was like, I like to clean a lot, and so their room was disgusting. So I would always go in there.
Oh my god.
Cammy, I'm gonna clean. I need to clean.
You're
it."
just like, I can't do
So
this.
I was like pulling everything out, and then there's like old crab rangoons back there. Like
It didn't taste that bad, though, when I ate it. I'm kidding.
Oh, yeah? Did you get food
I'm
poisoning?
kidding.
I swear
did.
there's mold in there. Like actually.
No,
But-
there's definitely mold in the shower heads.
Oh, see,
Like
yes.
I think I've looked
I
and
missed
like
that part.
no, that's yeah.
Yeah, but the thing about the fridge was we didn't use it very much because we have the Nest,
Mhm.
like,
Right.
which is amazing. What's your favorite food at the Nest? So the
Oh.
people listening, the athletes are fortunate enough to have this thing we call the Nest, and it's every day they make us breakfast, like all you can eat breakfast, whatever you want. I'm talking about eggs, sausage, bacon, omelets, waffles, like
It's
potatoes,
sausage-
whatever you want. They have everything. in there.
Pancakes.
Fruits, like yes.
Fruit bar is always
that's the word
there.
I was looking for. Fruit bar. and then toast over there. Then there's always a salad bar, and then they make the lunch and dinner and all
Right.
that food there. Like every day it's different.
Yeah.
So like, what have your guys' favorite foods from there been?
Ooh. Well, I'm a vegetarian, so they always have vegan options there. But they're very good and they're not far off from like the actual thing. I think a couple of them. I like the pot pie days
Yeah,
or like the
chicken pot
shepherd.
pie.
saw
Yeah,
Chicken pot pie.
That one's really
Those are
good. It's like a
favorite.
roast or something. I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot.
Taco Day is my favorite.
Oh, yeah, the
Boo. Taco days every day. I'm sick of the taco day.
Taco days every day.
I'm just kidding. I like the taco.
We
Um,
get mac and cheese in there tomorrow.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a great day.
that is a
great.
good day.
Cornbread's good.
The cornbread,
Oh,
yeah.
Oh my gosh! Don't get me
Yes.
started on that cornbread. I love that cornbread.
You still have cornbread in your house
Yes, I
though
love
from
the
2
cornbread.
weeks
I
ago.
do. I like more than any. Yes, I did do
Yeah.
that. But yeah. So tomorrow's mac and cheese, and Thursday.
What's your guys' favorite?
What's our favorite?
Chicken pot pie.
Yeah,
For sure.
that one's
So
good.
That cornbread.
with the mashed potatoes,
The cornbread I thought was good too.
the biscuits.
It's a hard waiver.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so this week, that mac and cheese Wednesday, and then Thursday. Don't know what food there is, but we leave at 4 a.m.
4 a.m.
Yeah.
Woo.
Bright and early from our field at 4 a.m. So the alarm's being set at like 3, or if you are a very stressful thinker and having
Yeah.
Haley's probably set her alarm around 2.
Maybe.
So,
Not even going to sleep that night.
we were
Yeah.
talking about the itinerary before we got up here. You guys were saying they're nervous. So like, where are your heads at right now? Like your first time traveling with the team, and like all you get sent. Well, not all you get sent, but our Letta does an amazing job with this whole itinerary. But
She
obviously,
does.
you're always thinking about if I'm forgetting something. So like, what are you nervous for as this traveling for spring break?
I think the itineraries are they're very like descriptive, so it's like it's like initially it looks like, oh my God, there's so much stuff that we have to do, but it's so descriptive and like meticulous that it's like, wow, okay, so like it's not as stressful as you think it is, because it's like, oh, like 4 and 4:15 are like you get there and then you leave, when it's like, but I think the most stressful thing is literally just like I don't want to forget anything, but like you said, it's nice that the uniforms are going on the bus, so that's the biggest thing. Yeah, I'd say forgetting something, I'm gonna be like, oh, crap, and then like
I would say the same, just forgetting things, because sometimes that happens. But I'm excited to travel in general. Like, I am just so happy I get to. So.
Well, both of you guys are also very fortunate because you get to room with me for a little bit for your first weekend.
Yeah.
So, dibs on showering first, food first, dibs, but just kidding. But you guys are, very lucky for that.
It's okay. We'll have a fight to the death.
Reagan, do you have any stories about like traveling last year where you either forgot something or like just something that happened or not really?
Oh no,
She's a mom. She always.
Yeah, I was gonna say Reagan's always prepared.
Not anything.
Yeah, I know you do.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm sitting in the locker room one day last year. Everyone's talking about their IDs because we're flying. We need our ID.
Oh
But I always get there early. Like I got there early, hit a little bit, sitting there, just whatever's talking, whatever in the locker room. All of a sudden, I'm like, oh, I don't have my ID to fly. So I also don't have a car freshman year. So JC,
we're leaving in like 10 minutes. Like
yeah.
loaded in the bus. Like people were loading the bus.
Oh my God.
So JC gives me her keys. She's like, go, let's see if you can get it. So I grabbed her keys. I whipped that Jeep. Following the speed limit, everyone calm down.
No way.
Right.
Okay. No ticket can hold me to anything different than what I say. I followed the speed limit. Ran up 4 flights of the dorm at Siebert and ran out. Got the ID and enjoyed my time.
You made it?
I made it.
Wow.
No questions asked.
Like,
Coaches didn't even know.
She had like 1 minute to spare.
Were people like already on the bus?
Yes.
It was fully loaded?
Last suitcase on there.
Wow.
They're like, hey, Gimme, what's up, coach?
Yeah.
All good. Can you imagine, though, getting in the airport and not having your ID?
Oh my God. I'd probably cry or something.
Yeah. It's something that makes me nervous still. To this day, I'm always like, well, put my IDs in there.
I know. I always have to like double check, triple check, probably check another 3 times before we go in through the like security.
And we have 13 games in 9 days.
In 9 days.
So that's crazy. That's like a lot. Last year, I'm pretty sure it was like 11 games in 10 days. And I remember that. And I was like, that's a lot. And then now 13 in 9 days.
In 9 days, yeah.
But that's kind of our spring break. That's kind of like what we've always.
That's a softball spring break if I've ever seen one.
We're just been used to playing all those games our whole lives and everything, but I can't help but hear obviously everyone's like, where are you going for spring break? Like going to the beaches, going to Fort Myers? No.
Wrong.
Wrong. Yeah, we'll be playing softball.
Playing some ball. Oh yeah. But it's not like we don't have like, is it a lot of like 2 games, 1? 2 games, 1 game, 2 games, 1 game. It is.
The whole day.
It
I
is.
think it's 2 games, both Friday and Saturday this weekend, and then Sunday's just 1 game.
We get smoothies in between. I like the food.
Smoothies.
Those make me
They
happy,
do.
man.
Yes. They do feed us.
Great. 120%. I love it. Like
Very fortunate.
before we start the season, we get a Word doc and we fill in all these seats, whatever our orders are for all these places. I'm talking about like 40-something places we got to put in.
Oh my God, I remember having to do that. It took
It takes so
forever.
long. And luckily, like for us, they kept it. So we did it last year, and you guys had to do it this year, but they'll keep it. You can always change your order, but
Yeah.
you forget. Obviously, there's 40 things. You
Yeah.
can't remember what you got from your place. So then it's like, oh, we're getting TGF Fridays. Oh, really? I wonder what I got.
I wonder what I got from there. I don't even. Yeah.
But it's always fun to me. Travel.
Yeah.
Eating with the team is just so much fun. It's great. I love food though. So like the crab and coon behind my bed. I don't eat that all the
It's
time,
great.
so.
I'm sure you dream about it.
Yeah. I'm sure about hitting a home run. So look up.
You don't have to dream. It's your reality. You're good.
Reagan, you have anything you'd like to ask? You're quiet over there.
He's like, hold on, let me check.
Always quiet. I know, Hailey's over there. It's Skylar and I, they put the ones that never shut up in the middle.
I know.
She asked about what thing you're nervous for about spring break, but what is like the thing you're most looking forward to about it?
Great question.
Rooming with Cammie, obviously.
Yes! Great question, great answer. Haley, why didn't you say that? Hey, now we have a problem.
Oh, you see, you
Give her a chance to say. Reagan's funny now.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah. I don't know. I feel like just like playing. I mean, we're here because we love the sport, so getting to play and be with this team and put the jersey on and stuff like that. It's just, I'm excited for that. I'm excited for hyping up my teammates and just being there for one another.
I'm just excited to just watch some ball and be with my teammates. I mean, put in the hours every single week, so I'm just excited to see what happens.
I'm staring. You have a hair on your mic. I have been staring at it every
Zach,
time you
I'm
talk.
just kidding.
Zach, what's up with that?
It's like interesting, like you're talking about just that feeling of putting your jersey on. Like I think about last year for when I put the jersey on for the first time in Florida, and like we don't know the lineup until we get there, and like
Right.
last year we didn't know it, so we got there and we warmed up and stretched, and we still didn't know it. So I'm sitting there, I'm like shaking, like literally peeing down my leg. Like I'm just like, come on, like what's
Shaking in
like,
your
what's the
boots.
lineup? But it's just interesting because like obviously everyone here is very, very talented. So we come from like our high school teams where like we carried like in a lot of like the stats or like we led teams, and like you just got to the point you're so confident on that team, you're like basically you walk around like you got all this swag and everything,
Yeah.
and then like you come to college and you're the same person playing the same sport, but all of a sudden like you can't help but like overthink in your head
Right.
or like just like feel nervous. Like have you guys felt that a little bit, even like with the fall games or just inter-squad scrimmages? Like have you guys felt that?
Yeah, I feel like, especially coming from like so far away and not like knowing a lot of people on the team, I felt like I had something to like prove almost, like prove like why I'm here and like prove that like, like I'm here for a reason. And so that was something that I struggled with a little bit in the fall, was just like I'm trying to prove so much that I kind of got away from like who I was as a player and like was trying to be like somebody else or just trying to like, like outperform my own self, if that makes sense. So I feel like now obviously with like the team retreat helped a lot because I got to know a lot of you guys a little bit more like in depth and just like as a person overall. And I feel like that helped like ease that, like, we're all here for a reason and like accepting that and just, just playing. I mean, we're here to play the game and like not, like restricting myself and just like having fun, because ultimately that's why we still play the game. But yeah. What about you, Bay?
Totally agree with you, Kimi. It's been eye-opening. Like, remember my first day of practice? I was like, oh, crap. Like, you're used to being, like, the best player on your high school team and stuff, and travel ball team. And, like, I was like, holy crap, I have so much to learn. But you've been a great leader and have taught me so much my freshman year, so I'm very fortunate for that.
Captain Cammy.
Thank you, Hailey. Yeah. So I don't get to see Skylar all the time at practice because she's a little
Yeah.
outfielder out there.
I'm just running the bases for you. That's all.
Howdy, Summertime.
Oh man.
But Skylar, so Skylar's, running whatever going on in the outfield and grass. So I don't really keep up with all that sometimes. But Hailey's, we work at shortstop together for like the vast majority of the practices. So I just got to see there, and I remember like I shot you a text message and I was like, listen, like I wish you could have seen where I had come in as and just how overwhelming. It's just such like a common feeling coming in as a freshman and just being around people who have been doing this for so long. Like it's obvious to doubt yourself and just like to feel overwhelmed. And that's what Hailey would tell me. I was like, Hailey, man, I really wish you could have seen me when I came in, because there were times I literally thought I needed an inhaler at practice. I was like, I can't do this. And just like being able to watch you like just grow every day and just like the little things has just been like really cool for me to just see, because we're at the same position. And I'm just like so proud of seeing where you came. And obviously you deal with those emotions of like sometimes like feeling overwhelmed, like we all did. And I was like, I literally do that too, and I just tell you like, don't even care, whatever. It's at practice, like it's one fungo, who cares? But so it's been really cool seeing you. I don't know, how about you, like getting able to watch the freshmen?
Yeah, I like can obviously see, because like just how much improvement that you make, just because like I feel like whenever you get here, they literally just like we do the same drills all the time. So like obviously the people from on the team already know them, but like they just start the drills and then
Yeah,
I
oh my
remember
gosh,
feeling last year,
yeah.
like, oh my gosh, what is going on? Everything's moving so fast and I don't know what's going on. But
Yeah.
It's definitely been cool to see you guys like improve and like feel more comfortable and like confident with yourselves.
Thanks, Reagan.
Yeah, it's been cool to see. It's been cool to see, but like at the same time, like I wish I could have, like everyone goes through it, and that's
like
the thing that's
yeah.
not normalized. Like hearing that, like I came in and,
Yeah.
and then like, the people in front of me came in and they were like, and like, but like you don't see that. All you see is when you get here how good everyone
Yeah,
is, and it's
how
like
comfortable everyone already is, and you feel like so behind, but like everyone feels like that at some point.
yeah. And
Yeah.
Skylar, I remember you talking a little bit about retreat, about how like coming from California, you didn't really know that many girls, and because of COVID, it was hard. I remember, we'll talk about your official visit in a little bit, but I remember just like you saying at retreat how it was like a little more challenging, obviously, for you to try to figure out like different people and things on the team because you didn't know anyone very often. So like, how do you feel like that's kind of grown a little bit?
Yeah, I feel like I said, the team retreat helped a lot because it got, we were a lot more vulnerable with each other. It wasn't just like, hey, like we're teammates. There's this, there's that, whatever. It was more like I got to know a lot of people individually and not just as like players or a teammate and stuff like that. And I feel like it has grown and helped me so much because it's like, okay, I know how to cheer you up because I know who you are as an individual. And like, I don't know, it's grown so much and it's helped me, like I said, just feel like a lot more comfortable in who I am as a player and like a person as well. And also just hanging out with you guys like outside of softball is awesome as well because, you're the same person and like you're great though. But and like just to see and just to see, yeah.
See this weekend when I strike it.
No,
Shut
up.
I'm kidding.
But yeah, just to see like who people are outside of the field just kind of like makes you like value them more as like a player because like what they're playing for and stuff like
Right.
that.
You know a lot more about like what they've gone through in their life.
Yeah,
and, like, things
right.
like that, and then like you build that respect and knowledge
Mhm.
behind them, or it's not just like you see them at practice, but you
Right.
see them for like who they really are,
Yeah.
which is a neat thing. You want to talk about that, Hailey, a little bit?
Well, like, I never really realized it, but I was like, oh, my friends from high school, like, oh, these are, like, my people. And, like, I still have friends from high school, but, like, too. But, like, once I, like, got to know you guys, like, deeper and stuff, like, oh, these are going to be, like, the girls at my wedding. Like, these are my besties, right?
We better
here.
be.
Yeah, get Worcester Amish country out of here.
Oh my god.
What you said about like knowing people like why they like play the sport and everything, I thought it was cool because at our team retreat we had to do this thing where everyone had to like tell everyone their why they play softball. So I like how you brought that up. Like I agree with you. It was like really cool getting to hear everyone's why and like how that like can make you like your team stronger and like get to know people more better.
Yeah.
I agree. Why don't we go around and share a little bit about like our whys, just talking about it, and then you can kind of see and then people listening can kind of see what we mean about why people knowing what our whys are so powerful because that's what we're playing for. So like give them game kind of see what we're talking about. So if you guys want to start that,
I go first.
Sure.
Okay, so I would say my why is because the game, like, just brings me pure happiness. Like, just going to practice, playing short with Cammie. Like, it literally just makes my day. Like, being on the dirt, making a diving play, getting a base hit, like, it gives me literal chills in my body. So, like, I do it because it makes me happy.
It's a good one.
very good. I love that. That's what I'm talking about. Like I get you're talking about your
Yeah.
goosebumps. I get goosebumps just hearing that because like there's it's so fulfilling when you work so hard for something. That's why it's so happy like seeing that pay off. So I like it.
Yeah.
Sky.
I'd say my why is it's a couple of different things. It's for my younger self. I was told, obviously you can't tell now, but I'm short and 5'2", a little.
Little 4'9". No, I'm just kidding.
Shut up. But being so little like in the sport, I was always told that I wasn't gonna make it D1 or just really wasn't gonna like prevail at all. And so just playing for her and like knowing that like I put in the work and I put in the effort and I did it, and just honoring that and like the enthusiasm of just being so young in this sport and like learning so much each and every day at practice. So yeah, playing for her, and honestly just like Hailey said, just playing for like just the absolute joy it brings, just putting on a uniform and competing and stuff like that, and just being so excited when your teammates or you makes an outstanding play, and just the joy that comes from other people hyping you up as well. So yeah.
You want to talk about yours?
me first. I'm scared of you. Yeah. So
Trying to get you involved.
mine. I would say mine is partly for my family. Like my parents sacrificed a lot for me to be here. I feel like that's like pretty common, but
Yeah.
so that, and then I last week we talked about our faith in sports. And so I'm just like feel incredibly blessed to be where I am right now and like to be gifted with the talent that I have been given and just the ability to be able to like go perform and
Yeah.
Very good. And then my why is doing what I love. Kind of talking about the happiness. I love softball, so being able to do what I love with people I love is a big thing. I'm a big people person, so I love my team with my whole heart, and I can say that very genuinely. I love my team, so getting to do what I love with people that I love for as long as I possibly can, and trying to impact the younger generation. So I like that. I try to get a lot in that. I've like tried really hard to focus on like how I can summarize the whys that I have. But one of my favorite parts, and I talked about this on retreat, is the for as long as I possibly can, because it just is a constant reminder in my why that I won't be doing this forever. And idealistically, we only have 4 years in college, 4 seasons. And so like there's going to be a day where I'm not going to even have the option to go to an optional workout. And while I have it, you better believe I'm going to be there because like it just reminds me like I'm not going to have this forever. So while I have it, you just got to make the most out of every single opportunity you have. So,
Yeah. Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you.
I agree entirely, Kemi.
Agree. Thank you.
My favorite thing is the little girls, Cammy.
Cammy, the Cammy clan.
I need their dads to start chanting.
We'll make shirts.
Back. Why are you laughing so hard?
Oh my
Great
gosh.
stuff. Yeah, but it's fun. Like as a softball player at our games specifically, we've been to a lot. We've had a lot of different softball games throughout our lives, but at Ohio State, I mean, we've got to see how many younger girls come to our games, which is so cool. So do you guys kind of want to speak about like just knowing that all these little girls are watching you? What that means to you guys?
Yeah. I think it was like one of like the first games in the fall, just getting asked for like an autograph or just signing like a popcorn box or some hat or something was kind of just like I was like, oh, you're talking to me? Whoa, okay. That was just honestly I was just kind of in shock. I was like, me? Like, you want to? Okay, I'll sign your popcorn box. But and just like it was cute to see like the girls being so nervous to just come up to me and like ask. And like obviously, I mean, we've been in that situation where it's like your dad's like, well, go get her autograph. And you're like, no, you ask. But it was surreal just like being in that situation rather than being like the little girl. Like I almost saw like my younger self in the girl, and I was like, wow, this is insane.
Yeah, it was inspiring. I mean, after our first ball game, like that was the first time someone asked me to sign their ball, and I was like, no way. So yeah, that was super cool.
Yeah, that's kind of like the same for me. I remember the first time a girl asked me to sign her ball, and it was freshman year after fall game, and I think she was like, her mom like pulled up the car, and she was like just so nervous. I think she would probably ask anyone, but I was just walking by. and no, for real, like everyone, she was like so nervous, like walking in circles. And her mom was like, she was like, ask someone or we're leaving. Because she pulled up the car.
Oh my god.
And so she like came up to me and like I was like, oh, this is so cute. And
You're hitting the table now. That's all I gotta say, Zach. Gotta say it.
And then
I didn't even realize.
I also think it's really cool whenever we like work camps and stuff like that. Like,
Oh yeah.
whenever you
so fun.
like we go and like work with teams that and
Hold on.
I lost my train of thought. We go
You
work
distracted your own
these
self
teams
there.
asked us to come work with them, and like these girls are like so cute. It's all ages, and they just like love what you have to say. They're like probably would trust you with their life. Like they're just looking at you there, they're like wide eyed and like it's so cute. So Sorry. I had to think it back.
It's okay. We visibly saw the like.
Yeah, the wheels we got where they needed to be. But to them, how you really do doesn't really even matter. They're not going to remember what you did. They're going to remember that moment of when you met them and how they treat you and like how they just watch you and look up to you, and like just remembering that where you are is like if you have an opportunity regardless of how you perform to really leave impacts on these little girls. And that's something that's so powerful about softball. And I think people, if they could really realize that you, like the impacts you have mean so more, and it has nothing to do with your stats. And I think so many people get so caught up in stats, but if you like look at the bigger picture of life, I mean, you have the opportunity to impact a girl every time you step on that field, and it's not going to be by going up there and going 3 for 3. It's going to be going out there and having fun and loving your teammates and just being yourself out there. And so like that's something that taught me last year. Like when I walked out, I was depressed after that game, and then I was just like, remembering, it just came in my head. I was like, really? Like, you guys still like me? Because my dad's over there ready to punch me in my throat. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But yeah, so this has been a great talk. Do you want to just close us out with some advice that you've learned? Like each of you guys just want to give a little advice for what you wish you would have known as a freshman, or like what has been the main thing you've learned as a freshman this year?
I think the biggest thing is just like know that you're not meant to come here and just like absolutely just get it on the first try. It's everything's new. Yes, we've been playing the sport for a long time, but it's a new environment. It's a new program, et cetera, et cetera. Just allow yourself to like learn and grow as an individual, and just trust in yourself as a player. I mean, the reason you're here is because they wanted you, and they think that you'd be a great asset to the team, and you're here for a reason, and just to trust that reason and trust the growth.
Okay.
Trust the process.
I want to go back to what you're talking about with the Northwestern game before I say something. Kind of just shows what kind of person you are, though, to like talk to the girls. You could have been mad and just walked right by them, but like
I thought of it. I'm just kidding.
It like shows that you're a good person, because like if I went for 0 for 4, I'd be like,
you're a liar. She'd have done the
Liar.
same thing. She'd have done the same thing.
Sweet
honestly,
I know.
it shows the type of person you are. But
Oh,
anyways,
really?
anyways, my advice is when people say time goes fast, it really does. Because like freshman year is almost over, and I feel like I just moved out.
registering for fall classes.
Yeah, like you said, like in your why, like we only have 4 years to do the sport, so like the days when we have practice, we're like, like we have practice. Like no, we have practice. Like
There's
there's
a practice.
only so many years you have left of the sport, so make your time with it.
That
That's
was
for
a
sure.
realization too. I was like,
Yes.
wow.
100%. That's good you guys know that. I can see how committed you guys are to this team and how bought in, how full in you guys show up to everything, and you're just so present. And I think it just really speaks a lot about who you are, who you came in as, and who you continue to grow as and strive to be, and not only as softball players, but just like genuine good people and like great additions to our team chemistry and everything. So love you guys, and I'm excited to see what happens for these next few years. So you guys are only 1 year apart, so we're gonna be here stuck together whether you like it or not for a little while.
Forever.
And this weekend especially, roomies. So
Roomies.
So thanks for joining us today. Thanks for listening, and just tune in anywhere that you get your podcasts to Scarlet and Gray Sports Radio. Players only.
Yeah.
Peace out.
Yeah.